Welcome to GERO Mathematics and Statistics lessons. In today's video, we shall be talking about matrix multiplication. Matrix multiplication. But before I begin, please like our video, give a like to our video, share our video, and most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for your subscription so far if you have subscribed. But if you haven't, please subscribe now and do well to tell others about our channel and our content. Thank you very much. Now let's begin. So, matrix multiplication. The question I want to answer in this video is the question, how do we multiply matrices? For us to multiply matrices, take note, there are two important things you must know. The actual implementation of the multiplication itself, and as well as the condition for multiplying. So I'm going to start with this. Let A and B be two matrices respectively of order. Let A and B be two matrices respectively of order M by N and P by Q. Okay? Now, what I want you to know is that if two matrices A and B respectively of order M, that is A is of order M by N and B is of order P by Q. If two matrices of this nature are to multiply, they must first of all agree. They must conform for multiplication. So the question is, when are two matrices conformable for multiplication? So let A and B be two matrices respectively of order M by N and P by Q. Then A and B are conformable for multiplication. When A pre-multiplies B, if and only if M or N rather, N is equal to P. That is N here standing for the number of rows or number of columns in A, and P standing for the number of columns in B. So if two matrices must multiply, if A and B must multiply in this manner, that is, here we say that A is pre-multiplying B. So if A must pre-multiply B in this order, then what it means is that if A is of order M by N and B is of order P by Q, then for A to pre-multiply B implies that the number of columns in A must be equal to the number of rows in B. If this does not hold, then it means A cannot pre-multiply B. Okay? So A can only pre-multiply B if the number of columns in A is equal to the number of rows in B. Of course, by this convention, if B must pre-multiply, A, then the number of rows, the number of columns in B, must also be equal to the number of rows in A. So now let me emphasize that statement, pre-multiply and post-multiply. Now look at this. When A multiplies B in this direction, when A multiplies B with A coming first before B second, we say that A pre-multiplies B. Okay? In this direction, because A comes first before B, we say that A is pre-multiplying B. And on the other hand, if A comes before B, we say B, on the other hand, B is post-multiplying A. B is post-multiplying A. Okay? So, on the other hand, if we have B coming first before A in the multiplication, then in this case, we say that B is pre-multiplying A, and A is post-multiplying B. So I want you to understand the concept of pre-multiplication and post-multiplication. Okay, so the one that comes first in the product is the one that is pre-multiplying the latter one, and the one that comes second on the other hand is post-multiplying the previous one. Okay, so now let me re-emphasize. I am saying that in multiplication of matrices, the two matrices you want to multiply must conform. They must agree for multiplication. How must they agree, or when or why must they agree? Without agreeing, they cannot multiply. How can they agree? They can only agree if the first matrix, the number of columns in the first matrix is equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. So, for example, if A must multiply B, and A is a matrix of order m by n, and B is a matrix of order p by q, then the number of columns, in this case for A, which is n, must be equal to the number of rows for B, which is p. Okay, that is a simple condition. Now, that being said about the condition, what then is the technique for multiplying matrices? So, I'm going to use a 2 by 2 matrix to show you the simple trick. It is simple to multiply matrices. So, let A be a 2 by 2 matrix. Okay? Let B be another 2 by 2 matrix. So if A is a 2 by 2 matrix and B is another 2 by 2 matrix, then let's see how do we multiply A by B. Okay? So multiplying A by B means multiplying this. A11, A12 standing for A, A21, A22. Then this is B11, B12, B21, B22 standing for B, the B matrix. Note, both of them are of order 2 by 2, and this is the general matrix. Okay? Now, how do you multiply two matrices? You will start with using the colon, the first colon in the first matrix, to multiply the first colon in the second matrix. Now, when you do that, how do you do it? That will mean using the first row to multiply the second and the first colon. If you use the first row to multiply the first colon in the second matrix, that will give you this. A11, this element here, will multiply B11, and that will give you A11, B11. Okay? And that will add to A12, the second element in row 1, will multiply B21, the second element in row 2, and that will give you A11, B21. Okay? Then take note, that will give you this first element in the new matrix. If peradventure the new matrix, we call it C, take note of one thing. C will be this matrix C11, C12, C21, and C22. Okay? Now, there is something I have not told you, but let me tell you. It is very easy to know the result of the matrix you want to multiply. So if A is of order m by n and B is of order p by q, provided both of them conform, meaning that the number of columns here is equal to the number of rows here, the result you will get from multiplying A by B will be a matrix you can call C, and this matrix will be of order m by q. It will be the first and the last number you have here. So if m by n is the order of A and p by q is the order of B, then the result you will get, provided they are conformable, is m by q in order. Okay? So if we multiply a 2 by 2 matrix by a 2 by 2 matrix, of course they agree, because 2 here, the number of columns in A is equal to the number of rows in B, this 2 here, the result will also be a 2 by 2 matrix. So if we call the product of A and B a matrix C, then the matrix C is also of order 2 by 2. Now there's something I want to show you here. Take note, the elements we are looking for is C11, C12, C21, and C22. How do you know that when you are multiplying two matrices, the result you are getting is correct? Now, I told you that to start with, when multiplying two matrices that conform, you start with taking the first row in the first matrix to multiply the first column in the first column in the second matrix. And doing that means using the first element to multiply the first element, using the second element to multiply the second element, and adding their results. So A11 multiplies B11, A12 multiplies B21, and that will be A11 B11 plus A11 A21. Now, how do you know that this is truly the element C11? Take note. You will notice that in each case you have 1 1 1 1. You have 1 1, okay, confirming that you are actually correct. Now, when you are done with using the first row, to multiply the first column of the second matrix, you would use that same first row to multiply the second column. Now, when you do that, that will give you the second element we are looking for, which is C12. Now, what would that give you? It will give you A11 times B12, the first element here in the first row, multiplying the first element here. That will be A11 B12 plus A12 times B22. That will give you A12 B22. Again, you use the first element in the first row to multiply the first element in the second column, plus the second element in the first row to multiply the second element in the second column, and that will give you C12. Again, what shows you that you are correct? Look at the last two, the first and last element. This is 1 2 1 2, and this is C12. Okay, so that shows you that you are correct. Now, if you come over to the next one to get C21, C21 will be obtained by using the second row. So what do we do now? You would use the second row. This is the second row. Use the second row to multiply the first and second column in the same manner. If you do that, what are we going to obtain? The second row has A21 and A22. So when you use this second row to multiply the first column and second column of the second matrix, it will be A21 times B11. That is the first element in this row times the first element in this column. That will be A21 B11 plus A22 times B21, the second element in this row times the second element in this column, A22 B21. How do you know you are correct again? Look at the first and last element, 2 1 2 1, and this is C21. Now, if you come over to the last one, it will be A21 times B21, giving you A21 B12 rather. A21 times B12, that is the second row times the second column, means using the first element here to multiply the first element here, plus using the second element A22 to multiply the second element. So that will be A22 times B22, okay? And that gives you C22. Now confirm again, 2 2 2 2. So that is just the procedure for multiplying matrices. In this video, I have used a 2 by 2 matrix to show you how it is multiplied. Take note of one thing again. Let us answer the question. To start with, the first question we've answered in this video: when can two matrices multiply? That is the first question we have answered. We say two matrices. To answer that question, two matrices can multiply if and only if the number of rows, or the number of columns rather, the number of columns in the first matrix, is equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. So when can two matrices multiply? They can only multiply when they agree. How do they agree? For them to agree, the number of columns in the first matrix in that multiplication must be equal to the number of columns, or the number of columns in the first matrix must be equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. Okay? Now, if two matrices can multiply, then what will the result be? What have we said? What will the result be if two matrices can multiply? So that's another question we have answered in this video. If two matrices can multiply, what would the result be? So if A is of order m by n, multiplying B of order p by q, if these two matrices can multiply to give us a result C, the result will be of order m by p, or m by q. Okay? It will be the new matrix you've gotten from multiplying A and B will be a matrix C that is of order m, the number of rows in the first matrix, and q, the number of columns in the second matrix. Remember, these two matrices A and B are conformable if n is equal to p. Now, if n is equal to p, it means they can multiply. But the result you would get from that multiplication will be a matrix C of order m by q, the number of rows in the first matrix times the number of columns, or by the number of columns in the second matrix. Now, let me show you with some illustrations that matrix multiplication is not difficult. Okay? So, let's go into solving a problem. Example. I'm going to start with a very simple one. I'm going to give you a matrix A of order 3 by 2. 3 by 2, that is 2, 4, 6, 1, 4. So this is a matrix of 3 rows, 2 columns. Now, I'm going to give you this with another matrix B. So this is of order 3 by 2. Now, I'm going to give you a matrix of order 2 by 1. So I'm going to put here 2, 1, or 2 by, let's say 2 by 3. I'm going to put here 2, 1, 3, 4, 1, 0. Okay, so this is a matrix of order 2 by 3. It has 2 rows, 3 columns. Now, the question is this. Is A times B possible? The answer is a big yes. So you can actually multiply A times B in this order. That is, A can actually pre-multiply B. Why is that so? Take note, the number of columns in A is 2, and it is equal to the number of rows in B. So 2 of them are conformable, they can multiply. Now, so since we now know that they can multiply, we now bring 3, 4, 2, 6 here, 1, 4 here, times 2, 1, 3, 4, 1, 0. Okay? We do that, and we can now multiply using the technique I showed you earlier on. So what are we going to do here? We are going to start with using, we are going to do this. Now, what if this is 3 by 2 and this is 2 by 3, and they can multiply because the number of columns here is 2 and the number of rows here is 2. Remember, the result we are expecting will be a 3 by 3 matrix, the first element and the last, and the first number and the last number. So we are expecting a 3 by 3 matrix. Okay, now let's see, how do we do that? We are going to use this first row to multiply this first column. How do we do that? It will be 3 times 2, giving us 6. So I'm going to put here 3 times 2 plus 4 times 4. Okay? So remember, we are expecting a 3 by 3 matrix. Then the second element will be using this first row again to multiply the second column. That will be 3 times 1 plus 4 times 1. Then we'll go to the third element here in that first row. We would use this first row to multiply this one, the third column. And that will be 3 times 3 plus 4 times 0. Okay? Now, we would, when we are done with using the first column or the first row to multiply each of these columns, we will now go to the second. That will be 2 times 2. Use the second row to multiply the first column. 2 times 2 plus 6 times 4. Then use it to multiply the second column. It will be 2 times 1 plus 6 times 1. Use it to multiply the third column. That will be 2 times 3 plus 6 times 0. Then we now come over to the third row. Use the third row to multiply this. It will give you 1 times 2 plus 4 times 4. 1 times, use it to multiply the second row. It will give you 1 times 1 plus 4 times 1. Use it to multiply the third. It will give you 1 times 3 plus 4 times 0. Okay? Now, when you do that, you now see that it is truly a 3 by 3 matrix we are expecting. Now, that will now be summarizing the video. or summarizing the problem. I'm not going to summarize the video here. I'm going to summarize the problem rather. So this will be 3 times 2, 6, plus 4. 4 times 4 is 16. This will be 3 times 1, 3, plus 4 times 1, 4. This will be 3 times 3, 9, plus 4 times 0, 0. This will be 2 times 2, 4, plus 6 times 4, 24. This will be 2 times 1, 2, plus 6 times 1, 6. This will be 2 times 3, 6, plus 6 times 0, 0. This will be 1 times 2, 2, plus 4 times 4, 16. This will be 1 times 1, 1, plus 4 times 1, 4 times 1, 4. And that will now be 1 times 3, 3, plus 4 times 0, which is 0. Now, if you add again, you end up having 16 plus 6 will give you 22. 3 plus 4 will give us 7. 9 plus 0 will give us 9. 4 plus 24 will give us 28. 2 plus 6 will give us 8. 6 plus 0 will give us 6. 2 plus 16 will give us 18. 1 plus 4 will give us 4. Will give us 5, sorry. And 3 plus 0 will give us 3. So that is all you have to do to multiply two matrices. Now, I'm going to take another example which rounds up this video. What if we were given a matrix like this, A, 3, 4, 6, to multiply another matrix B, which is 1, 2, 1. Now, let's see, can they multiply? If they can multiply, let's say yes to it. So this is a matrix of order 3 by 1. It has 3 rows, 1 column. And this is a matrix of order 1 by 3. It has 1 row, 3 columns. So it can actually multiply. When they multiply, take note, we are expecting a result 3 by 3. So let's see how that is done again. So I'm going to put here 3, 4, 6 times 1, 2, 1. Now I'm going to put here this because I'm expecting a 3 by 3 matrix. So I'm going to use this to multiply this. First row multiplies first column. 3 times 1 is what I'm going to have. First row multiplies second column. It will be 3 times 2. First row multiplies third column. It will be 3 times 1. Okay? Now, second row, once you are done with the first row, second row multiplies first column, second column, third column. 4 times 1, 4 times 2, and 4 times 1. Now, third row will now follow suit. 6 times 1, 6 times 2, and then 6 times 1 again. Okay? So that is what you have. That is what you have. Now, the final result you can summarize, and that will be 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 1 is 3, 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 1 is 4, 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, and 6 times 1 is 6. And that gives you our result. Now, let's take one more. Let's take one more. What if I gave you a matrix A, or let me use something different now, a matrix D of order 1, 3, 4, 1, 6, 2. That is a 2 by 3 matrix. So, to multiply a matrix C, to multiply a matrix C of order 3 by 1. So I'm going to give you 4, 2, 1. Now this is 3 by 1. Can they multiply? Yes, they can. Because they are equal. The number of columns in D is equal to the number of rows in C. Now if they multiply, what will be the result? The result will be a 2 by 1 matrix. So let's multiply. D times C will be equal to 1, 3, 4, 1, 6, 2 times C, which is 4, 2, 1. Now when they multiply, this will give us a 2 by 1 matrix, 2 rows, 1 column. Okay, so that will be this row multiplying the column. That will be 1 times 4 plus 3 times 2 plus 4 times 1. Then 1 times 4, the second row now multiplies the first column. 1 times 4 gives you 4. 6 times 2, 2 times 1 plus 2 times 1. And your result can now be summarized as 4 times 1 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 1 again is 4. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 2 times 1 is 2, and your result summarizes to a 2 by 1 matrix, which is 10 plus 4 is 14, 4 plus 12 is 16, 16 plus 2 is 18. Okay, so you can see that matrix multiplication is actually easy. Please like our video, share our video, watch our video extensively to learn more, and most importantly, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed, and do well to tell others about our content. Thank you very much, and thank you very much.